Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. I haven't even started up the game yet. I was just trying to get on as fast as I could, and so it's gonna take a bit. But coffee. It was strangely delayed. This is Fly By Night, by the way, from Halo ODST. You should schedule these instead of going live instantly. Yeah, I probably should. Like, maybe I could come in here and hit create stream, and then for like 30 minutes later, right before I go get my coffee and my water and all that stuff in the morning, and then I could come back over here and hit the button to go live. That might be a little bit more helpful for everybody. But yeah. Or if I can schedule a repeating stream or whatever for a specific time like you can on Twitch, then I could theoretically just make it repeat for the same time every day, but that would require me to 100% of the time wake up at the same time, and I can try that, but especially once their school is done. But with the baby, it's gonna be a little tough for now. But yeah, at least the 30-minute heads up by scheduling it right before I go get my coffee would probably be better. And if I start a little early, then that's just a little bit early. But yeah, thinking about trying to force Unleashed out after playing Jedi Survivor. Oh, okay. Do you have an original Wii or a Wii U? Wii U is reverse compatible. Because if you do, or if you know someone who will lend you one for a bit, because everybody has a Wii, so and they don't play them anymore, so they might just lend it to you. Then I would suggest playing both versions, the Wii version and the other version. Mainly because the other version, I own it on Xbox, yeah. So the Xbox version, the PC version, the PlayStation version are one game, and the Wii version is a completely different game, and with the same storyline. I don't even know if they even reuse all the assets. It's 4K on Series X. Yeah, well, okay, graphics are going to be weaker, but the difference is that like the motion controls are completely change up the game, and it's just as fun or honestly even better. I want to say whenever it came out, it actually rated higher on the Wii than the other ones, even though its graphics were worse. But you'd have to fact check me on that one. I don't know that. I'm not 100% certain on that, but yeah. Okay, so we now have Hydroponics Bay number 1 over here on red team, and I arranged it a bit so there's a lot of red flowers, there's tomatoes, there's all sorts of things like that. You kind of notice the red butterflies a little more over here because of all that red, but yeah. And then over here, oh, I'm hitting an invisible object. Over here, don't know why that thing got all rotated wonky, but I'll fix it. You have a whole bunch of, there aren't a whole lot of blue flowers. This is like the only thing that has blue on it. So I put some white in here with the blue lights, and it kind of helped. And as you know, and if I use your flowers, it's gonna add a bunch of lights, and I tried that, and it was like, the lights ended up inside the glass, and making weird artifacts, unfortunately. For this particular, like if it was outdoors, just sitting on the ground, it probably wouldn't have that problem. But indoors, it's a problem, so unfortunately. I tried to use the lily pads, and they looked like too much like lily pads until I scaled them. What the heck? A phone call from some unknown number in Mississippi. So basically I scaled them up vertically, and they became these very cool looking, like almost spiky looking flowers. But yeah, Switch is also the Wii version. Oh really? The Switch version is also the Wii version? Okay, well, if you want to play both, then if you want to try out the Wii version, I would highly suggest it. Because yeah, I played it once, and there's a multiplayer in it, like a versus multiplayer in it that you can play, like couch versus with your friends. No, I'll just play Xbox version. Yeah, it's the same storyline, and you won't get any achievements because it's a Wii. So I know achievement hunting is not the main reason you're doing it, but it's a large reason you're doing it. So So a lot of this needs to just be cleaned up at this point. A lot of this does not look like it could be released. I could theoretically just make all this concrete, but I need stuff to, I feel like I need more than that. Like a Jumbotron? Not Jumbotron. The Jumbotron is a very specific piece. There is... That's my phone going crazy. Where's the really... Isn't there a big old TV? I was thinking a very large TV in here, up high, looking down at this room. I would love to script if we have the budget, which we probably will not. Let's see, where are the terminals and computers and stuff? Oh, these are the keypad monitors. Okay, hold on. Also, I have Force Unleashed 2. Oh, nice. 4K 30, which is what I played Jedi Survivor in anyway. Now I'll just play the Xbox version. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, this is the largest just monitor. I could theoretically put some of these in here. I think... I almost wanted this room to almost feel like a laser tag room. Let's see, is it in UNSC? Where is the... Let's see, wall module. There's a massive TV. It's probably in the same one that has the PlayStation version is streamed only, and that's sub 30 at sub 720p. Nice. I have a question, actually. I mean, that's a lot of limitations, so I don't know why I said nice, but yeah. So my question is this: what would it work to have a game that always streams your gameplay? Would that be at all anything anybody would want to play? Because that seems like it would be fun. If, like, you could build that into the gameplay somehow and make it always stream your gameplay. Xbox Series S version is 720p 30. The downside, you know what, you couldn't do that legally because of the, you can't even stream the gameplay of an underage player unless they give consent. So yeah, One X and Series X native, 4K 30. Okay. Xbox Series S version is... Wait, are you telling me that the Xbox... Oh, wait, okay, I don't know how I got that confused. I always thought you were saying that the Xbox One version was higher resolution than the Xbox Series S version, but I was just confused. That was just dumb. Okay, Unity crane, generator power core, okay, road. Okay, where is the... Is it in... Workstations? No. Let's see, the 1X version is. Okay. Wait. Oh. So, wait, okay, so the Xbox One X version is higher resolution than Series S version because the Series S version is stuck streaming? Is that what's going on? Or is it because they did some kind of whoopsie oversight, stupid nonsense? That's what... I'm not sure. I feel like this should be a plant life container as well, but yeah. Such is life before this contest is over. Okay, there is literally a gigantic like TV monitor that I don't know where it is. Sign, supports, tools. Does anybody know where that one is? Panels, no. 400 fences, ducks, crates. City props. Is it city props? It's the billboards. Like, there's one that's like a really big monitor. It's designed to be a really big monitor, and it might not be what I'm looking for, but we'll see. Let's see. Series S version of older games use the base Xbox One or base 360 version for most titles. Oh, okay. So not the 1X version, which is the one that there it is, TV. That's better. So basically, you're telling me that they made a special version for the Series or for the Xbox One S that up-rendered it, that made it higher quality. That I don't even, you know, and then the Series X and S is just grabbing the original because they're being lazy and not wanting to just go for the One X. Gotcha. Force Awakens in this case is a Xbox One. Oh, Force Unleashed in this case is Xbox One X Enhanced, which is what Series X uses. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay, I think I understand. So the idea here was we want something, you know, the troops might need to be informed of things like, okay, we deployed a ship here. You know, you guys remember that ship that got deployed? Yeah, these are the casualties that happened on that mission. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to announce these sorts of things. What I would really love to do, let me see what that does whenever you get into the actual, oh, wrong base. What was that? So some of these, I think, acquire an animated screen on them whenever you're actually in a custom game, and I don't know what it's gonna do, but or I could be wrong about that, but it might just be a missive. But what I really was hoping to be able to do was set up maybe, like if I could put some kind of script on here that would tell people's, let's see, set the TV to dynamic, see what it does. Oh, okay, that's how you do it. Okay. You're right, that is how you do that. I won't be able to change its size, but you're right, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Boom. I don't see it doing anything at the moment. Do I have to try placing an energy barrier right behind the screen? Okay. Okay, how do I... Okay, it's on phase. Do I have to switch to fixed or normal or something like that to make it, do the thing? Let's see if you can figure it out. Okay. So I have to set it to dynamic and then also put an energy barrier behind it? Or was the energy barrier just to make the screen kind of animate? Its screen is definitely turning off. Can also use a scaled up monitor. There's something that shines through it when there's an energy barrier. Gotcha. Okay, let's try that. So you need like to backlight it basically, and then something happens. Let's see. Energy barrier. What's a good one that's about that size? I don't want one too big. Probably 8 by 12 is the closest to that size. Does it need to be like inside of it, or can it just be behind it? Like, is this close enough? Yeah, it's a weird mechanic that 343 put in. There's something that shines through it when there's an energy barrier. Okay. Let me see if that's close enough. Or if I need to do it different. Oof. I don't think it is close enough because it looks like it's still white. Oh, you know what else? Do I have to go into a custom game to make it happen? Or can I do it? Can I see it in Forge? Like, do I have to make it so I can just barely see the energy barrier like this? Or do I need to, like, put it inside here like this? My bad, I'm cooking right now. Let's see. No, not dynamic. So I have to turn off dynamic now to make it screen white with barrier. Okay. So if I turn on static and then I do it. Let's see. Okay. So bring it forward to... Okay, I'm confused. I have no idea what to do. So, this one might scale up nicely as well, and it would give me something to attach it to, you know, to the ceiling with. And it could look like it's reading out statistics and stuff. I feel like it'd probably be in that corner, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen someone who had one made like that on Sword-based Remake. Yeah, I saw that too. Or, well, not on the Sword-based Remake. I saw one that was set up to... they used that as their base, and they scripted something that read out the scoreboard of, I think, each team. And it was really cool. And I was hoping, and I would love to script one out to do that. Like it's some kind of, maybe that's a little too high, and maybe I should, like, bring the ceiling down back there so that I have an excuse to attach it to the ceiling a little lower down. But yeah. I would ask Unique how to get those big screens to animate. Okay. Better off asking Green. Well, Green sometimes chimes in here, but yeah, I'll ask. I'll chime him in the in Discord. Let's see. Main chat. At Green. Aaron and all right, there we go. So we'll see if Unique will, I mean not Unique, if Green will come in and let us know. But in the meantime, yeah, I was just thinking I'd decorate that, and it's that one song, isn't it? I swear, I really need to do what I told, you know, Ocom, that I was going to do a while ago. And that is fixing my freaking playlist, but I'm just so strapped for time right now that I've got to do nothing but Forge for the moment. So basically, yeah, I'm just trying to think of how to make this area look even more like a lounge, you know, spin time area, like a off-duty room. Let's see. I also need to copy over that security room, so maybe that's what I'll do right now while we wait to see if he'll reply. Let's see. Let's do that. All of these are phased, but I won't be surprised if it says, you know, not enough room to copy over, because it was doing that to me all day yesterday whenever I was copying non-dynamic objects that weren't phased. I mean that was set to phased, and I was doing it around dynamic objects that were that were absolutely set to phase, and I have no idea why it was doing that. Let's see, if I do this, that's what's going wrong. I want one of these angle pieces. Okay, I need to go in here and go glass, there we go, and then it'll drop to the floor. Oh, by the way, so I guess I could show off what I did last night off stream, which was, I mean, I did the hydroponics. I did this. That column is not supposed to be there, and some of these other columns are still going to be removed or deleted. I mean, like, delete completely, or rearranged, I mean, a bit. So basically, in other words, I didn't fully finish the stream because I might delete that, and I might do some of these around there. But anyway, so around here, you're gonna have cover that's like not perfect, but it's functional because you can like do this and get some there, but you're gonna be able to be headshot through the hole. So you've got to be worried about them having like battle rifles and stuff like that. But assault rifles from this distance will be fairly well protected against. So the use of this cover is going to be interesting. It won't be like I said, won't be flawless cover. And then there's the lighting. And you go this way. I still need to replace this with one that doesn't, the invisible kind, and then put something else here to look more nicely arted. But basically, yeah. So you've got this cover, and these parts. Oh, let's see. I guess I gotta go in here. This part here. That reminds me so much of the Waterworks map. That there's a big boom every time. Okay, so you see, like, this is not good. We want the invisible one. But basically, if you go crouch down, and you can just shove these out the way and come through. And now you have less cover, but you can use it as a stealth route. And you can do this. There's, oops, I hit the middle part. You can, so there's lots of, like, maneuverability around this thing. And of course, you know, people can throw grenades at you to destroy part of your cover. If I can get it in the right plot. I did not get those bounces right. But like if someone was attacking you from over there and threw grenades at you, they could theoretically, like, you know, bounce it off of that lip right here that aims down, and it will fall right here. And if it does, it could hit these and make them shove right out of the out of their spot. And then you'd be very limited on your cover, and you're down to just this. And I figured that would be a good way of doing it over time. I don't know what's going on with that sound effect in the background. It was the sounds of battle from a distance, but it's very intense right now, and I'm not sure why. Why'd that happen again? I thought I fixed that. Or maybe I just stopped fixing it one time. I was like in the middle of fixing it, and then I remember that very distinctly. And then suddenly, I guess I just didn't fix it. There we go. Now it's in the right spot. And we just need the X. And then we need to flip it over, and then put that X in there, and then reduce it to -38. Okay, so then what I was doing was this. I was expanding this concrete out a little bit cleaner. Obviously it ended up creating holes in the process that I haven't filled yet. And then, what else did I do? Oh, I copied over energy barriers to make some of these rooms a little bit more, you know, interesting like the other side. And hopefully create some lighting that will, you know, bleed off of those. What else? What else? There was something else. Oh, I'm rerouting this so that it's, you know, lined up with where we want this thing, so that it looks like it would go up through there. But right now, it looks like it would just hit the wall whenever it gets up there. So that's not the final spot. Either going to make it very steep coming up, or I'm going to make it come over and then, or I'm going to make it go straight up here, and then come over, and then go through there. Like how it goes straight up on this side. And then, there was one more thing that I had a second ago in my head. Oh, right. That's what it was. I can now go like this. Fully. Come on. Big Team Battle Blockout. It's actually supposed to be invisible right now. So this is the 4v4 version only. That is going to be the one for the Forge Hub contest. And I added all these rocks down here. I probably will have to, like, I don't know, delete that stuff down there so we can make a new version in the save history. In the version history, save it off as a separate, or copy it or something like that and make it the Forge Hub release or something. I don't know how it would work, but yeah. And I set up some stuff down there to just be like the, you know, the elevator going down. I think I've got to adjust that because that looks kind of goofy. But basically there's a whole bunch of steam, like it's ice, like it's frozen down there or something like that, and the drilling has, resulted in some atmosphere down there that's doing some weird stuff. But that's all I could do really hastily. I did that in like 5 minutes, so it's it looks okay, but yeah. Can we get some different Halo music, please? Yes. Do you not like this one? Oh, this is the Halo Legends one. Here, let's go. Let me turn it on. It looks like I have it on random, but not looping, so I'll probably hit the wrong button. How about some... Just go back to the beginning and do some Halo 1 music. Does that sound good? Kind of getting sick of these little... Oh, well, I've got, like, most of the Halo music in here. So I just need to find an area. Which is your favorite Halo? Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, whenever you've got repeating music every single stream, I can imagine it's gonna get sick. People are gonna get sick of it eventually. Which is your favorite music from all of the Halos that you'd like me to just go grab? Because I can just go do a specific one. Let's see. I think what I would need to do here is, let's see. Do you have a favorite? Let's see, probably Halo 3. Okay. This one's Halo 1, so obviously not Halo 3. I'll skip down. I've got a section that's just all Halo 3 music, basically back to back, so we'll go to that one. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a real good one for the stream. I think... Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to... No, I think I'm limited to this. Okay, since it's a wall piece, it's going to do that. That's why I'm kind of being a little bit annoyed with it at the moment. Just so I don't have to rearrange it again. I'll just do that. Oh, this'll... Yes, I can get the angle there. If I line up the angle of this small corner, it will be the same on the other side. Should be, anyway. Yeah, that looks to be right. It is, but has a gap, and I'm not sure where that came from. I could have sworn that I cleaned this up. Even Destiny... See, probably Halo 3. Even Destiny 1, I wouldn't mind listening to, but good luck playing that on stream, or else Bungie will personally come to your house and hand you a takedown notice. Yeah, that's the problem. If there was a means of acquiring some kind of music, that would be even better. That would be great. Okay, so this is already a little bit of an overhang, so I won't really mess it up by re-snapping it to there. There we go. Which also means I can re-snap this to there, I believe, and it should be good. Oh, no, it's not. I don't want that to happen. Oof. I don't want this to happen either. So I definitely need to make this shorter. Which will mess up my angle, but, you know, that's what happens. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Probably Halo 3, yeah. It's definitely a... I can definitely understand that one, though. I think Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST are the best soundtracks. Halo Reach is also one of the best soundtracks, though. I really like that one, too. Okay, now it is lining up, so something had gotten unaligned at some point anyway. Okay, cool. That's good. I think I need to take the scratches off these or turn them into angled pieces, because this is, yeah, I can turn them into angled pieces, I guess. I just need to make them... Unless I should find a fancy, nice piece to attach to these. What do you guys think? Something with like... Oh, what happened here? I don't have any idea where this piece went on the other side. Oh, I just deleted it, that's what. Apparently that was that piece. That column was that piece. Okay, so now I need to figure out where it was positioned so I can get it in correctly. What was it snapped to? It looks like down there. Okay. Alright. I did not realize I was doing that. I thought that the floor was a separate piece from down here. No, don't snap down there. Oh, come on. There we go. Now it should be good, but I need to bring it up now because that piece was taller. Here we go. Also, kind of just done playing Halo at the moment till Season 4. Yeah, did you already beat the current event? Did you already complete it? Because, it was pretty good looking. And if Season 4 doesn't bang, then forget it. Yeah. I do think that for a lot of people, Season 4 is going to be the make or break moment for Halo Infinite. Like, there's already a lot of people who already broke that are They're not going to play. I have no reason to play the event because it's Mirage and I don't use that core. Yeah, that is true because they don't have cross core. I mean, they will eventually have cross core, so theoretically, you'll be able to. Let's see, which one is it? Y. Theoretically, eventually, you'll be able to use a cross core on it. But yeah, it's. I'm not sure what they had going on in their head about how it was going to play out, but yeah. You know what I'd love, by the way, as a third mode? You know how every Halo has like a third mode? What I would love as a third mode, and this would be really hard for them to balance without, you know, making it just basically a cash grab. I would love it if they made a version of a matchmaking game list where the armor you have equipped has stats that alters the stats of your character. Like, I was watching just a trailer of Armored Core thinking about that the other day. I was like, what if Halo actually did that? What if Halo actually went and made... Oh wow, that's almost a 90-degree angle. Looks good. I mean, that makes sense. That's a 45-degree... Okay, yeah. Or not a... Yeah, let's see. Yeah, okay. It's probably here, and that'll probably be just fine. Yeah, but I think what I want to do... Yo, guys, I got a question. When you got two objects on top of each other, how do you get the material from glitching like it's twitching? So, I have a couple of those in a few places, so I can show you. One is that there are a few materials that go clean, and I'll show you what I mean by that. This is the concrete rough does this. Basically, it will. Well, let's see. Here, I'll just show you. Like this. Concrete rough is one material that is like super smart and just doesn't do that. I don't know how they did it, but they just programmed it to where it just doesn't do it. But if you have scratch layers, oh well, there's actually grime and scratch layers on this and it's still not doing it. So sometimes it doesn't even do it with scratch and grime layers apparently, but if you up those to like maximum, it might start to do it. Oh, they might both have to be at maximum. Anyway, the point is it may still do it if you have grime and scratch layers, so you have to reduce that a lot, and then it kind of does affect the way your map looks because it looks way too clean. But anyway, yes, that's what Aaron was saying is the main method, and that is you grab the coordinates and you literally just you manually go into one of them and you adjust it. See how this one's 0, 1? If you just like bring this to, you know, if you had another one inside of this one, you can just bring it to 0.02. I don't think you can do 0.001. Yeah, it doesn't allow you to do that kind of precision. It just, yeah. But you can basically, yeah, that. You just, whenever you go in there, you just like put one of them at 0.01 or 0.02 or whatever it is to adjust their height to where one of them is higher than the other one, and it just immediately cleans it up. And the difference, you can't even see it. Like, you can't see it, and you can't, and it doesn't affect your movement. You don't like bump up onto it or anything like that. So that's pretty much how to clean that up. And sometimes it requires you to do it manually with each piece. But if you have a bunch of like floor pieces, for example, next to each other, and then they're all clipping into other floor pieces or something, then, or the tops of the wall pieces or something, you can select all of them at one time and just adjust all of their Z up by like 0.1. Or if it's a wall piece, you have to do the X or the Y or whatever, but yeah. So it's pretty simple. It just requires some, micro adjustments. Oof. Yeah, so apparently using wall pieces for these floors is not always the best thing because it's doing this. But yeah. Okay, there we go. Bring this back in. And but yeah, like I was saying though, some textures just like work better for that. And you might be able to find some that just literally no problem at all. So if you haven't textured your map yet, do that too, to try and get rid of that. Like if you are planning on just making concrete, for example, like we're doing here, where a lot of this is just concrete, then that would be a good way of just like trying it out, see if it cleans it up, and if it doesn't, then yeah. Because you're gonna have to do that at some point anyway, so you might as well try it. That's a shame. I thought I could just change the roughness, but seems not with material. Yeah. Okay, that's the... Oh, this is movement. This position. Here we go. I think they seem to have made some strides in like fixing it and making it do that so much better. And that's why I think that like some of the materials I think have some kind of special property that are applied to them that make them like, you know, process better. Okay, so this side's totally cleaned up. And now we just need to do copy it over here, and we need to adjust this one's height down a tad. And we need to create this piece over there actually. We need to replace this piece over here. But the point is that yeah. Here we go. I could listen to the ODST soundtrack like every single day and never get bored. So back on the you know, conversation of soundtracks, that's the one that like I could, yeah, literally every day I wouldn't get bored. There we go. We got a little bit cracked up. My idea was that the Oni base was here long before the UNSC was brought in to defend it and stuff like that. But yeah. Okay. So I need to clean up some stuff like this. These are all the same piece. I can literally... For the Forge Hub contest, I'm not going to replace these with something that looks nicer yet. And I may leave it here anyway because it looks pretty good. But, you know, once we have stuff that's outside the map, what this wall looks like, or this, like, you know, railing looks like, is going to actually matter a lot. Oh my gosh, is it one of the objects that can't be changed? Ugh, it's an MP object. You see how it's column A MP? Yeah, you can't change the texture on those. I had that problem with the, I had to replace these with these new ones. The ones that were there that were all orange, they were orange, it turns out, because they were the MP ones, so I couldn't change it whenever I was changing those textures. And I must have just forgotten about them and moved on at the time. And now I'm like having to go back and fix all of these. Let's see, columns. Oh, which one is it? Oh, let's see. It is column A. Square column A. Okay, so he just rescaled it to fit that. Okay, so I just need to make one, and then I can, and that'll be good. Let's see. Size is 16 by 8 by, what was that? 46.3. 46.3. That looks odd. It is 16 by 8. Whoops. Find a spot where I can grab. Oop. There we go. Okay, yeah, he just grabbed and copied each of these, and I will make use of that stripe by either using it to do team color or something else. Let's see. That'll make it clip in. I think if we do that one, it'll do the other. No, he probably just fixed it. Let's see. Okay. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Well, actually, kind of worked out. Let's see. Okay. Did that? Oh, that wasn't the right angle. That did not work out, apparently. Okay. Let me just go to the width one and bring it down to 7 points. This is exactly what you were just asking about. 7.99. And it solved it on this side, unfortunately. Okay. Let's go to 45 degrees. Not sure how I'm going to solve the whole jumping off the ledge here. 7.98, and there. So there you go. There's your solution in action. Like jumping off here, I don't know if I'm going to put rocks out here or what, or if it's just going to be a giant pit that falls to your doom. But I definitely need to figure something out there for the. Oop, nope. I actually want to use that. Oop, nope. That's not what I want either. I want to duplicate it, and then I want to come over here. For the 4v4 contest, I want to figure something out for where that's going to go. And what I'm thinking is that I'm thinking that I will find something like this, right? That's a sheer. That can become like a sheer cliff kind of spot that I can put a soft kill zone on there just in case, and just make it like, yeah, don't jump off there, but if you jump and hop over onto this little spot ledge here and try to hide there, you're gonna get a soft kill zone. So you can kind of do that for a bit, but you're gonna be it's gonna be very dangerous, you know. That's the thinking I've got there. And it looks like I'm going to have to put a few more pieces involved. But, yeah, that's basically that. And then having to compromise on the map now so that I can get it done in time is, you know, really lame. But such is life. Let's try to get this to not clip through the map. Yeah, that's got to become a lot skinnier. Ooh, no, not that. Skinnier just this way. And then bring it inside that barrier. There. There we go. And it'll fill up that little hole. Cover up the part that's like all stripey right there. And then I can make a really big chunky boy. And flip it around to get a different texture. And put it inside of this building here, which is just a giant block. I am definitely having to make some compromises for this so far. I actually want to straighten that out a little bit, like they cut it to shape a bit. Honestly, one thing that's really cool about the map, what is that one that's on, that they came out with in season 2? The one that's all Forerunner that has a hard light bridge up top, or I mean, yeah, up top, and then another one down below that's that are like crossing each other. The one down below has the power equipment on it. I forget what it's called. Let me go look it up real quick for a second. Let's see. Halo Infinite maps. Just so that I can say the one correctly for anyone watching. What? No, what's going on here? Maps list. There it is. Why isn't there a wiki article that lists all the Halo Infinite maps yet? That's one thing I've noticed is a lot of the Halo wiki people, the people in charge of the Halo wiki, are like really lax when it comes to Halo Infinite. Like they're not keeping up at all. Is that just me? Is that because it's normally the fans that are all doing it, but we're all just like playing it and then not doing anything else like that? Jeez. Yeah, I don't see it. Anyway, the point is, see, they probably quit too, and I don't blame them. Oh, the people over at the wiki, yeah. Yeah, until the game can get a little bit, I don't know, superior. I don't blame them either. I do think that I'm having tons of fun, but it's just the netcode issues for me. And to me, that is, yeah, I don't think it will recover. I mean, I don't think it's going to go to, like, the day one massive install base that it had before, you know, that it had for a bit there. I think that would be a little bit overzealous, you know what I mean? But I don't think that it's going to just remain 100% dead or anything like that. And it never got there, so I guess. But yeah. Hey buddy, checking in on break. Nice. So right now I'm just trying to basically very quickly make a like make as much of the map ready for the Forge Hub contest as I can. Infection might bring some players back for infection or for maybe 2 or so weeks, but then it'll drop back to now numbers. I don't think it'll drop back all the way down to now numbers, but I do think it will drop back very quickly. I think that now numbers are, you know, near the end of a season, so obviously it's going to be new season numbers. And let's see, there we go. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, I kind of feel like yes and no. I kind of feel like it's, let's see, that looks pretty good for now. I'm just slapping things in, so if it looks a little bit off, it's okay. It won't look that way later. But yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to make those railings look cool. Just made them blocky. Yeah. I wasn't really sure yet either. Wait, is it doing that on the other side? Hold on. Oh, that should be able to... Oh, these rocks are way too clippy. Didn't even realize they were going that direction too far. It's not doing that over here. Why is it doing that? Oh, did I delete the wrong one? No, it is the right one. What the heck? They're not dynamic objects. This shouldn't be this hard. I guess that'll work for now. Oh, it's because I flipped it around. I see. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I flipped it around, and so it was in the wrong position. Because because on the other side, the stripe is on the outside. Okay. Yeah. I got it now. I was in the middle of saying something. But I don't remember what it was. It had something to do with, I think I just scaled this over here, it looks like. So, no, I didn't. I just changed the color. I mean, you've probably heard my opinion on that before, but specifically with this next season, I think that, like every other time that a new season comes out, you know, it's a big season, a bunch of people come back. I think that Season 4 is going to retain a few more of those than Season, what do you call it? Season 3 did. Like, I think Season 3 retained some people, because it did go up and sort of just slightly stayed up. It's not exactly, you know, permanent, but it's a little bit better than it was before, you know what I mean? With the number of players. But I'm predicting that, basically whenever we have, okay, this seems to work, and also doesn't seem to clip into anything. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It'd be like that, it's looking dark, spooky, yeah. And, yeah, I'm forgetting what I was saying. But yeah, basically, I think that it's going to, I think it's going to recover some, but not all the way. Let's delete this before it becomes a problem. That was a flag post that I had copied to just show that we could script it to switch to that one as the main one. And I forgot to delete it. Let's see, world. I don't know, do you understand what I'm saying, Aaron, or am I going too choppy with nonsense? Ooh, that's clipping too far into that. And I'm sure I've already said basically something similar before. But, yeah. Okay, so we want it to have a sort of Like, Season 3 was, Alright, see, are you gonna make massive rocks too for the background? Even if they're just placed to look massive? Yeah, like other local asteroid kind of things. I can do that for sure. And I do think I should do that. Even if I'm not putting full-blown, like, space stations on them like that one, I can definitely do, like, a whole bunch of large rocks and stuff. That's interesting. Let's see what this looks like from the inside. Kinda cool. Let's see. I do want to do... See, I'm back. What did I miss? Okay, so I was gonna ask you. Basically we were just talking about the map, but then also I was trying badly to get out my take on the on how my predictions for season 4 are basically that it's going to go, it's not going to go, it's not going to like massively recover, but it is going to recover to some extent. Yay, massive rocks that the base is on. Woot woot. It's going to recover I'm thinking it's going to recover just a bit, because what's going to happen is going to have a usual seasonal spike. And I think that whenever it returns back to a normal, it's going to return to basically the same thing, but it's probably narrative event 1 is infection now. Yeah, exactly. We had the leaks, and now people are seeing that event now. The problem is, because it's now at the end of the season, people who left because they were like, season's a dud or whatever at the beginning, instead of actually trying out the season as it goes by maybe coming back and playing for a day or two later on, you know what I mean? We're going to get a lot of those who won't have been advertised with this cutscene. Really would have been a better idea to advertise with this cutscene, have the big event happen at the beginning of the season. Not at the end of the season when that's advertising your next season. Like, yeah. Somehow, you have to have the big event that advertises the next season happen at the beginning, but also have meaningful storyline that happens at the end of that season, at the end of the current season as well. So, that's a hard thing. That's like trying to have your cake and eat it too. But, yeah, yeah. Don't even ask me exactly how to do that at the moment. I am too tired for that. Did you get mostly everything mirrored? I do have mostly everything mirrored. So, okay. I've got... I guess, okay. We've got this, we got the, what do you call it? The garden mirrored. We've got this down here. Oh, were you here whenever I was showing this off? I don't think you were. I think it was Aaron, the only one. Aaron was the only one here. So basically, Mike, or Michael, I don't know which he prefers to. Oh, I haven't done the security room yet. That just reminded me. Running the security room just reminded me. I have to mirror over the security room, and yeah, we'll be good. I want to replace this with the invisible kind, and then put something there like an air turbine or something like that. But anyway, okay, this is the cover I came up with. Okay, so this is like a spot for crates, right? So they've got this sort of framework set up, right? I'm probably gonna put like something under it that looks like something that an actual placement, an actual spot to put things, and replace this rock with a lava rock, or with a space rock. But basically, it's partial cover. You can kind of hide here, but enemies with battle rifles and precision weapons over there will be able to hit you in the head. Will be able to headshot you, but it protects you from assault rifles. Assault rifles will sometimes hit the cover instead of you. So it's kind of interesting, I think. I don't know what you think, if that's terrible or not. But basically, it's not perfect cover, so you're not going to have a lot of people camping here. But it's an interesting cover that will get... Every now and then someone will be here, and it'll be become a little like spot, and then they'll try to bug out by going up here to get away from you if you start nearly killing them or something like that. I don't know. Seems fine to me. Yeah, cool. And then, but not only that, like... If you get a grenade in here, right? If an enemy decides to throw a grenade at you. Gosh, I keep on doing that badly. Well, I don't know why they're not moving from that, but they do move whenever you run into them. You can knock some of these crates out of the way. This, like, sniper rifle crate or whatever that weapon is. It's a weapon crate. Basically, you can knock those out of the way and actually begin to, like, stealth under and through this. Now the only downside is now we have like no room for ductwork in here because of the way I went with that. So like you were saying, ductwork on the sides might be a good idea. Like if we just put like a, you know, a duct there or something like that. If I adjusted this wall to be different and then put a duct there, something like that might work. Or we can put them down here in the floor. I also want to copy this out and put it at each of the corner pieces because this thing I don't like, but I don't like that either. So I was going to put these sort of straps, like sort of support pieces. They look like little, I don't know, little angled supports. And I was thinking about putting them on each of these little corners to make them look nice. But yeah. Yeah, and then we've got the lights there, and the lights there. And I haven't rebaked since I adjusted these lights, but everything has been brought down just a tad. Everything that was still set to 10 is now set to 8, and some of the other ones have been brought down as well. That just seemed a little bit too bright. I was going to tell you to do that, actually, huh? Oh, which one were you going to tell me to do? To clean up these corners or delete these lights or what? I was talking too fast. I ended up missing when you said that. But yeah. Or was it the crates thing? I'm not sure. You can tell. You can clarify. The corners. Oh, okay. Yeah. The corners. Yeah, they did look a little ugly. So now I can just, you know, do something like just easily duplicate these, and then rotate them a bit. Let's see. I'll just go 45. That should be roughly the right angle. And no, it looks like it's a little more than that. It might have been 60. Let me go 60. Nope, too far. And then I'll re-grab its height, its z-axis off of the other one, but basically this. In a way, let's see, how did I angle the weld points? They look nice. They get away with having a little bit of clipping into the concrete. Who'd have thought that a basic block out with no art on it would look ugly? With the flat columns. Wait, which one looks ugly? Which one in particular looks ugly? This one? Let's see. So yeah, there we go. So now that's a little bit nicer. Does this one look ugly, Aaron? I'm just kidding. Let's see. I tried using the little room light switch pads thingy. Green just replied. Using the little room light switch pads thingy. Okay. Blow it up big like on sword base and it shows kind of like a TV. Okay. So... I was just saying that, yeah. I guess that that's the solution that Green discovered. Let's see. Let's go a little bit more and sort of angle it down toward where the slope starts. Seems like a good place to me. Instead of like these where it's more angled toward the wall. This one looks fat. See, you said these corners look ugly like 2 minutes ago. Oh, I did. These corners do look ugly. I just, for some reason, okay, I know the reason. I'm very sleepy. I was up till past 3 a.m. last night, still working on the map, and which Ripshade knows because I was chatting directly with him during it, or at the end there. And I'm being very tired and exhausted, and I apologize. But yeah, no, it's okay, that looks much better. And walking on the rails, yeah, good, no like major bumps or anything. I hadn't tested that yet. Yeah, I'm just being ridiculously tired. Let's see. This feels weird here, that it doesn't have any scratches along the edges here, and I can't make that happen either. See, you got done dedicated. That's. Oh yeah, you got some dedication. That's for sure. I'm tired too. Yeah. Yeah, it's I do have some. I have grit, is what it is. That's all. But it's mainly it's partially because I'm doing it on stream. It allows me to hyperfixate on it basically. But yeah. But yeah, no, who would have thought that just like slapping a couple of blocks together at a corner would look bad? Not me. I just thought it would look good. But yeah, gotta go, but I'll pop in later if you're still on. Or watch later if you get off. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I am probably going to have to get off soon-ish, but not yet. Let's see. Because it's almost it's past 1. Okay. Let's see. Is this the angle that I'm looking for? I think it is. Let's see. Keep it up. Nice. Yes, will do. I also, let's see. If not for this looming deadline, now that it's just Aaron here, I would totally switch to the other map and do more of that stuff. But yeah, let me check your Discord. You said chimney in Redfall. Oh my god. That's a chimney in that game Redfall? That looks like they built it in Forge. The more I see about Redfall, the more I think that this is a random, like, small developer. Okay, and I know it's EA. Small developer that's being published by EA, and this small developer just threw this game together from, like, Unity, and, like, this is their first time foraying into Unity because because EA is trying to reduce the costs of upkeep on their own engines. Yeah, no, I clarified. I know EA is the publisher is what I'm thinking, and that the developer, because EA did do that a while back. Let me explain in a second. Basically, EA, it's Arcane who are Bethesda. Oh, I could have sworn it was EA. It's right, it is Bethesda. So here's what I'm thinking. Bethesda probably published this. Is Arcane a big company? I don't remember. I don't know what else they've done, to be honest. Is it like, yeah, it is. I was gonna say, is it with a K or a C like normal? Studios, let's see. They're in Austin. I want to see this. Because I don't know what else they've made. Oh, they were the ones who made Dishonored? Oh. Never mind. Dishonored, Deathloop, Prey. Okay, never mind. So it's a big company. It's a big producer. And a developer known for making good games. Great. That's why it looked like Dishonored's animation whenever she was using the power-ups, because it probably was recycled Dishonored animations. I think that they probably went, okay guys, we're going to shut the door on you guys, or else you need to figure out a way to make a game very, very quickly and cheaply. Probably, then, in that case. Then they made this pile of shit. Yeah, of shite. So basically, yeah, I think that, the weird thing is that, like, why is this even angled? Like, they went out of their way to make a chimney, and they went out of their way to alter its thickness here for some reason. Like, if this is just an object they wanted to plop down. Game's literally made for meme purposes, right? That's what it seems like. It seems like they just wanted to destroy their company really quickly by making all of the memes talk about how bad they are at making games. Or they're trying to gear up to make a really good one next time. Profit of simps. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so we've got a nice little bottom floor kind of thing going on here. Oh wait, that's not the one I want to copy. I want to copy this one so that I can just do like that. I think that's the correct angle. And then bring it down here and get that Z, which should be the same as all the others, so I should still have it in my copy paste. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that game, to be honest. don't know enough about it. I could talk about it and talk about my thoughts on it. I saw, who was playing it? Asmongold, or Asmongold was watching a video that someone else was playing it, or something like that. And I was like, that game looks terrible. It's basically like, it's awful. Just plain awful. I know I'm so entertaining today because I'm so tired. But yeah, let me drink some more coffee. Maybe it'll hype me up and let me speak without breaking my speech pattern like that. Like I do sometimes. Okay, where is this? This is in the wall. What is this? Why is this poking out? It shouldn't be poking out. It seems weird. It seems very weird. Over here is clean. It would be in here. Let's see. Oh, I have a hole here. That's not good. I must have deleted that piece from this side and didn't clean it up. Music just turned off. Everything's happening at once. Here we go. Is Dread Intrusion the one? Yeah, this is the one I think that gets dead at the end, so let me skip it. I need the actual, let's see. I trade Redfall to see if it's that bad. Okay, 1405.
I'm not joking. I have spent about 2.5.
1405. Let's see this.
Okay, again, I thought I was being like a jerk and just a negative Nancy. Look straight where the reticle is, okay? I'm gonna walk forward slowly. Just watch. Just watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What the hell is that LOD? What is that poppin'? What is this low res like?
I know what happened there.
What is happening? What is that?
I know what that is.
The game could be great even with.
I think they made this in Unity.
Really weird.
I think I know what happened there.
Or graphic glitches or animations that don't play.
Okay, that pop-in thing. I think I know what happened there. So, and I think they built this in Unity. I really do. It feels like a Unity game that hasn't been properly polished, because Unity, you can polish it and make it to where things don't feel like a Unity game anymore. But if they said, make a game really quick, we want you to use Unity so that's fast and easy, or something like that, we don't want to have to, yeah. Oh, it's an Unreal Engine 4 game. Oh my god. Well, if it works like Unity then, because Unity was taking a lot of stuff from specifically Unreal Engine 4 as they were designing their engine. So then in that case, what I think is happening, specifically what I would think was happening with if it was a Unity game is this. In Unity, when you set up your LOD, you place an object, right? And then you set up when it disappears. And they use the scale of the object. And I think they do that in Halo as well. The size of the object, so you know, Slipspace is doing the same thing, so I'm pretty sure Unreal Engine is doing it as well. So the scale of the object, and then in a variable about distance is are the two things that determine when the LOD changes. I'm gonna get off this boring screen while I'm talking. So basically, what happens is if you take an object and you set it up, and it's like, okay, this LOD is perfect because I adjusted the distance, right, for the size that it is. And then you proceed to copy that object and then scale it down. That slider hasn't changed, so now it's a smaller scale, and since the scale is taken into calculation whenever it determines how far away it actually disappears, now now it's like, okay, because basically it's about how big the object is on the screen. That's why they use scale, so that you can be like, here's a really big building, but once that building is so small that it's this teeny tiny little block. Let me get more clips. Okay, sounds good. Whenever it's this teeny tiny little block on the screen, now we can disappear that building, right? Because it's so far away, there's no way you won't even notice it. Or not even disappear it, but reduce it to a lower polygon version of the same building, right? So it's like, they've got it, they're doing this thing where they're scaling up and down, you know what I mean? Like, they're basically trying to do that. What happens is that whenever you actively change the scale of that object and you don't change that slider, it's now smaller on the screen, and therefore it disappears. And if you go back and look at that clip again, here, I'll just reopen it so I can show you why I think this. This is the reason I think this.
What the hell is that?
Okay.
LOD? What is that poppin'? What is
watch what they look like
What is
Look at this
happening?
tree.
What is that? So listen, yes, the game could be
Okay, wait,
great.
hold on. Let's go back to 1405. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Okay.
So look at this tree.
I thought I was being like a jerk.
It may not be this
and just
tree, but it's a
negative
tree.
Nancy.
These bushes aren't
Look straight
bushes.
where the reticle is,
And
okay?
what?
I'm
Watch,
gonna
I'll show
walk
you.
forward slowly.
Let's go full screen so you can kind of.
Just
Wait,
watch.
hold on. Go to. I know it's already doing that automatically, but I want to make sure it actually
Just
does it.
watch.
Look at that.
One.
That is this tree. Scaled down and then rotated. It's the same piece. So because this thing's LOD is set up correctly for a size of a tree, and they didn't have a bush object that matched similarly to the tree, they grabbed the tree, scaled it down, and put it there. So the level designer didn't realize that their LOD was programmed a specific way, and ended up making, or they did and just went, it's acceptable, whatever, ship it. Because I think what is happening is this tree, I mean, at that distance, if you culled that tree, there's probably their level designer was told put buildings in the way so that at that distance you won't have to see this tree anymore. I mean, look at that. Look how muddy those things are. They're just turned into billboards or something like that that have really bad differences on them. But the point is, I think that what's happening is that this tree was scaled down to here, and it thinks this tree is really far away because it's only taking up so much space on the screen. In the render, you know, it's taking up this tiny little window, so it'd be like way back there, right? And they're culling it because they're like, yeah, if it's all the way back there, just cull it. You know what I mean? And yeah, so this is the level designer's fault
4, 5.
because I think they used a tree. I don't think these are. It may not be this tree. Like I said, it may not be this tree specifically. Or if it is, it's a lower resolution version of that tree because its LOD is kicking in and reducing it from this version of the tree down to a simpler version. But this is my theory on what's happening here.
6.
Is that the between the programmer of the
What
LOD
hell
system and the
is
level
that
designer,
LOD? What is that
it's
pocket? What is
yeah,
this low res like
because you can kind of see at the beginning whenever he walks up to it, like. The shape of this tree is
and
the
just
same as
a
this,
negative Nancy?
as the one of these
Straight where the
bushes.
reticle
They're all
is,
like,
okay?
some of them are
I'm gonna
rotated,
walk
but this
forward
is,
slowly.
yeah.
Just watch.
But yeah, give me more clips. This is
Just
ridiculous
watch.
and hilarious.
1, 2, 3.
Like, is it this one? One of these is like the
4,
exact same
5,
rotation as the tree above it,
6.
practically. That's my theory anyway. I could be wrong. It's also possible, like I said, it's a different tree.
What is that
But whatever
pocket?
it is, it would definitely be a lower LOD version, so it may look a little different anyway. And they might have been relying on that. They're probably like, it'll become a lower LOD version, so we don't need to worry about that. And it also could be something that was modified later in development, that like at the beginning of development, whenever they or rather at the beginning of the time whenever they place those down, their LOD system didn't cull as quickly and easily. Yeah, tell me what timestamp to go with these two. And they might be like 358. Yes, nice.
This video is brought to you by a friend of the channel.
Okay, hold on. 358. Basically, whenever they placed it, it might have been culling correctly. And then, you know, and looking fine. But then the moment that they... Oh, wait, 58, not 50. And then the moment that they... It's 358, not 458. Boy. And then the moment that they adjusted this, like, global value for, like, how their LOD system worked or something like that, or something to that effect, they might have brought it down at some point, and whenever they did, because they were trying to optimize, and whenever they did, it was just, yeah, it didn't work. It broke some stuff. What?
That is how you explode a car in Redfall. I would now like to talk about controlling Redfall with an Xbox controller. A little while ago, there was some footage released on IGN of a person playing this game. That footage was roundly criticized, the suggestion being that clearly this IGN person was terrible at playing the game. They struggled to aim, they pulled out a sniper rifle indoors, and generally spent a lot of time just running around and away. So the like ratio...
I remember IGN getting a lot of flack for this.
We all owe that person an apology, because
Yeah.
everything that person did in that video is explainable by Redfall's horrendous controls. Redfall is one of the worst handling shooters I've played on a console. It is a game that constantly has you track targets who move quickly and are juking you and teleporting so often, and yet it provides almost nothing in the way of aim assist the way the games like Destiny do. You may be looking at this footage thinking, dude, what are you doing? Just fucking hit it. But when you aim down sights, you lose a significant portion of your aim speed, meaning that it's very difficult for you to stay on target. You might say, oh,
Okay. Yeah, that's awful.
you should turn up your ADS sensitivity.
But we do. I mean, I didn't criticize them. I don't know them anything, huh? But no, I remember I remember that. That was ridiculous. Okay, I need to bring this up or something. Wait, is it on the other side visible? No, it's not. All right, I kind of like that layered concrete look, so I might actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna bring this up. I don't owe them an apology at all, because I didn't criticize them at all. I just went, huh, interesting. But yeah, no, it's pretty, yeah, that's goofy as fuck. That game looks like, honestly, it plays like a game straight out of, like, not even like Xbox 360 era. Like, I don't even know when, I mean, I guess Xbox 360, but it's like original Xbox. You know what I mean? It's like it came out on the original Xbox to me. And I have no idea how they got away with that at their studio. And from what I understand, they were asked, do you need more time? And they said, they told Bethesda no. That's what I hear. Is that they were like, that the development, or the producers were like, do you need more time to finish the game? And the developers were like, no, we don't, we're good. Basically, and that's just crazy to me. Let's see, same video, 2506. Okay. I keep on opening this. Let's see, hold on. 2506. I wonder if I can actually turn these up a bit. I can.
Just prevail. Step 1, summon the rook.
What?
Step 2, stand on something slightly off the ground. Step 3, shoot the rook until he dies.
Yeah, this is like original Xbox.
Step 4,
level
game
of
crashes
AI.
or something. That's usually what happens when it's time to collect your loot. You will notice
Hey,
that I
he's
have not
got a
spoken
Halo
about the
background.
technical state of this game. Things like frame rate.
It is the best
glitches,
one for this
stability.
Series
To be
S and
honest,
X.
they're not great. But
Not
they are
just
the
as a Halo
least
fan,
of
but
this
just in
game's
general, it's a
problems.
gorgeous
Jedi Survivor
background, so I
will
can
get
imagine
patched
people
and will
who
end up
wouldn't
being
even be
a very
fans
good
would do
video
that.
game. No amount of patching can save Redfall. It is utterly unsalvageable. And that is an important point I really want to make. Arcane have said that they plan to make this their most supported game ever. Please, God, no. Just take the L. Just put up a JPEG on Twitter being like, game dev is hard, this one didn't work out as we planned, we're moving on to the next thing and devoting all our resources to that. I promise you, if you say that, everyone will cheer. But if you say like, oh, it didn't meet our high quality bar, and we have an ambitious content roadmap that, no.
Not only
Just
did
walk
the
away
AI
from
not
this and
trigger,
focus on the
but
next
she had
thing,
no
please.
collision.
Just
It wasn't
no
like a
saving.
broken stealth system.
Taking a step back, this is obviously a very sad
It wasn't
day
just a
for
broken
Arcane.
stealth system. I
No
think that
one
she
but the
straight
people
up just did
involved
not
know how this game
activate.
ended up the way that it did. But obviously,
Like, that
there
was
is a
just an
story.
asset
You
that had
don't
been
go
placed
from
in the
framing
map that
crash
didn't
to
activate
this.
as
That
an
is not
AI,
explainable by
as an
just a
enemy,
pandemic or
to where
whatever.
she didn't have a
Obviously, some
collision.
serious shit went
She
down
probably
that
didn't have
led
like
to
a
this result.
Nav-mesh,
And I hope that whatever it was is past so that Arcane
any
can get
kind
back
of
to
agent
business,
involving the
hopefully
Nav-mesh in the
make them
system.
prove too.
I
As bad as this
believe
is for
that
Arcane and
Unreal
Bethesda,
Engine
I
also
think it's
uses Nav-mesh
ultimately
agents
worse
and
for
stuff like that. It's
Microsoft
very
and
similarly
Xbox. This is
to
on
Unity,
them.
which
They
I'm more
purchased
familiar with.
Bethesda in 2020.
But yeah.
That transaction was finalized in 2021. Immediately, whoever handles internal reviews at Microsoft should have been like, we cannot release this game. This should have been cancelled or rebooted long ago, using the existing assets to make a totally different type of game
Oh
that
my
actually plays
god,
the
you know what actually happened? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? He mentioned Microsoft and it just occurred to me. How much you want to bet Bethesda was developing this game, you know, Arcane was developing this game. Arcane was like, was going to release this game probably later, and they had plans. Microsoft bought Bethesda a while ago now, and Microsoft said, we put all this money into buying Bethesda, someone needs to produce now, because Doom Eternal, I think, had only just come out whenever they bought them, or was about to come out or something. And Bethesda didn't have really much else. I mean, like, they probably went, how close are you guys to releasing the Elder Scrolls 6? Everyone's been waiting like 15 years now, and you keep on releasing Elder Scrolls 5. I imagine you guys are really close, right? And they were like, yeah, no, actually, we've probably got 5 more years left on development of Elder Scrolls 6, which I bet is the case. And then, and so Microsoft was like, okay, so we're not going to get our money back immediately after buying you guys, because that would have been the big thing that came out that immediately cashed us all back in, and now we're making a profit off buying you guys. So we'll wait on that. We want that to bake and cook. We want to give you time to cook and come out with something really good, because it's Elder Scrolls, right? So then they're like, okay, well, I hear that something about Elder Scrolls Online was bad recently. I don't know about what it was. Like something was delayed, or it was not as good. I don't remember. Like, it was more bare bones. Probably they went quickly come out with something for that. I don't know if that was the case there or not, or if it was talking about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case. It was with Unreal Engine. Elder Scrolls Online, and not with because the other one is what do you call it? The Fallout 76 is also, I believe, not getting very good updates right now. Let me just close this menu or this video. But basically, like, yeah, I bet that what happened was Bethesda was told to very quickly produce, or to make up for the fact that they just had to buy them, and I bet their response was, okay, quick, we'll come up with something here. And whenever they did, it was this pile of garbage, basically, that they've released. Oh, that's not what I want. Okay, I need to come up with something thinner and smaller and easier to position, like this, where it won't eat up it won't poke through. But yeah, it's insane. The gaming industry is really going to crap these days. Where did my piece go? Is that it? Yeah. Nope, that is not it. Oh, it's this. And I have no idea what's going to happen as a result. I hope that we're not going to see this forever, but yeah. Okay, so that piece is... Oh, it is the floor piece. So if I clip through that... Oh, okay, that'll actually solve itself. That clipping problem is going to solve itself when I replace this floor, so let me just do that. And similarly over here, I need to replace the floor. So let's just do that stuff real quick. I don't know. Do you think these are growing pains from everyone trying to start to use engines like Unreal Engine and Unity? Because whenever we used to have dedicated engines, all the development companies had to modify their engines flawlessly and, really work hard on optimizing and all that kind of stuff so that it worked really well, right? And now that we're not like that anymore, now that we've got Unity and Unreal Engine and, individual companies like EA have their like Cryo engine and stuff like that, whatever they call that. I forget what it's called at this point. It's been too long since I worked there, and I didn't really care for Call of Duty, for Battlefield all that much anyway. It was good, but it wasn't like the best game in the world. You know what I mean? They've got all of those. Like, is it that everyone's suffering? Discord. Same video, 10:04. Is it that all the companies are just struggling to actually make something out of these engines they don't have direct control over? Is the question. Because the fact that they don't need to have someone on board who can create an engine from scratch is limiting the quality of employee that they are looking for. And also limiting, like, the experience of their employees. Like, if I hired someone who didn't know how to make an engine from scratch and they had to do all this research and figure it out, right? Or only knew some basics on how to do it and they had to figure out the rest, that person would grow their skill base. But the more we lean on engines that are made by someone else, that we don't know the inner workings of, and we don't know how to change it, or like we only know how to change, like, oh, well, I figured out how to change the way the graphics do this one thing, and that's cool. Now you've got your modified engine, but it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it might be that that is actually sort of...
This is a good example. Here, I needed to find a key to open the door. I could not find this fucking key. I looked everywhere, I couldn't find it. So I'm like, all right, this is an arcane game. Gotta be some other way to open that door, right? Wrong. I looked around for some sort of panel near the door that I could hack. Wasn't there. I went outside and saw that there was a window, and I'm like, oh, cool, that could maybe work. No, there was no way up there. I found a way onto the roof and thought maybe there's a roof access. There was no roof access. I managed to aggro the NPC, hoping that they would open the door and go outside to see what's up. They didn't do that. Eventually, I did like 10 more laps of this building and I found the key. But that was just the first of many, many missions I would do.
Where is the
where
key?
I was just walking in
I want to
big
know
loops
how
around a
absurd
place
this key's
trying to
location
find a
was.
thing. What about immersive sim
Don't just
elements
say
in
I finally
combat?
found the key
Well,
and then
I mean,
don't
you
tell
can
us what it
stealth,
is.
and
I mean,
you
I
can
guess you
tell
don't
how
want to spoil
important
the
that is
game, but
to the
I'm not
game
going to play
because
this
of the
game.
very
It's
high quality
garbage.
stealth kill animation that
If I play this game,
has
it's
been
just a rag
implemented
on
here.
it.
You
Wow,
can shoot things from really
that was
far or
amazing.
up close. You can explode
That is
some canisters.
original Xbox.
That's about it. There's
And, you
no
know,
other style
level
of play
of
available
quality.
to you here that involves relying on interesting abilities or utilizing the environment or turning enemies against each other or anything. It's just shoot the enemies
Those
with
guys
the
look
guns
gross.
or punch them in the back. I'll put it this way.
That's like
I
Halo
used
1,
my
like, seriously,
environment
original
more
Xbox
creatively
level.
in Dead Island 2 than I used it here in Redfall. Because Dead Island 2's enemy and environment design let me do that. Dead Island 2 is not meant to be more sophisticated than an arcane game. The whole point of a Dead Island game is to not be sophisticated. And the whole point of an arcane game is to be sophisticated. How the hell did we get here?
I bet if you look at who's working at Arcane, people probably left, and like I was saying, probably they had a like someone at Microsoft was like, "Hey, yeah, no, you've got to produce quickly. We bought you guys. Someone here has to produce," and everybody was like, they probably had a big meeting. They had the head of each of the different development studios, and then they all looked at the person who was in charge of Arcane and went, "How far along are you guys in your game?" And they were like, "Oh, yeah, we're close. Maybe we could finish in time."
The missions in
knows?
Redfall fall into 3 categories: main missions, side missions, and safe house missions that contribute towards you securing the
Oh my
neighborhood.
God.
To their credit, main missions can be quite varied in their presentation, but they're never varied in their gameplay or set pieces. Without exception, they always involve going to a location to find some answers. That always involves finding some files or some flashbacks or more keys. I'll give you one mission as an example. This mission is that film
So,
reel mission I mentioned earlier.
they're
My
trying
target was
to
a medical
do-
facility. I first had to go
Okay.
through a car park to kill a bunch of brain-dead humans. When I was inside, I had to kill a bunch of vampires. When I got to my destination, I was faced with a really challenging puzzle. The door was locked, but
Find
I'm
a
pretty
key.
proud of myself for this. I saw that there was a hole in the roof, so I moved slightly to the right, climbed the box, and then dropped down into the cage, allowing me to unlock the door.
That's a semblance of the kind of thing you do in Dishonored.
I collect the film reel and enemies suddenly spawn. One of them seems to bug out and just kind of fly away for whatever reason. Another one gets stuck on some geometry. I now need to head to the movie theater.
This
and
is
on
absurd.
the way, I spot this
Oh,
scene.
he's
Clearly this
teabagging.
gentleman
I mean,
is making the most of the
T-posing,
vampire's
sorry.
penchant for
Actually, it's an
sucking, but
A-pose.
Probably don't solicit
But,
that kind of service
yeah.
in front of a spotlight, my
He's
dude. That's my
A-posing.
advice. I walk through the rest of the town.
Brilliant.
It's basically
Brilliant.
empty.
He was supposed
I
to be
arrive
being
at the
dead.
cinema to find an enemy stuck on some geometry. I kill him and 2 other goons outside. And before I head
This
in,
is
I ready myself.
ridiculous.
This is the final objective in this mission.
This is like an original Xbox game. Okay, that's absurd. Yeah, I think that Microsoft probably pressured them to release early because they bought them and they needed money. Bethesda needed to cash out on something, and they couldn't do Elder Scrolls. They didn't have another Doom game ready. They, you know, all of the major things that actually make them money were not done yet. This game was probably close enough to done. Oh, keep going. I just closed the video. Dang. Well, let's see. Where was I?
Guy's penchant
Oh,
for sucking,
this is
but
close enough.
Probably
but-
don't. This is the final objective in this mission. The cinema is sure to be teeming with bad guys, so I make sure that I'm ready, and then in I go. After doing a bit of looking around, I find one enemy just hanging out.
That person's supposed to be
That is the
sneak
only
attacking
enemy
you.
in this entire movie theater. I get to the projector, ready to watch the film. The projector is broken, and I'm told I need to go downstairs to get a replacement bulb. And I'm like, okay, this is it, right? I mean, you know, there were
Going
no
after a
enemies
light
before,
bulb?
but the basement is going to be really dangerous because vampires, basement, it just makes sense.
Yeah,
So I
it's
head
dark,
down to the basement.
So that makes sense.
There's nothing
No
there.
one there. Of
I grab
course.
the bulb, nothing spawns. I leave the basement. I head back to the projector. I watch the non-animated
And then a bunch
cutscene,
of people spawn.
and I get the mission complete notification.
No, still
I fast
no
travel
one.
back to the base, and I watch as various textures load in slowly while I stare at this wall. I'm not joking when I say that at this point I'm sitting in front of my
I hear that the
television at home,
animations
mouth
weren't
agape,
even
staring in
animations, they were
disbelief
still
at what I
frames,
just experienced
basically.
was an actual
Like
mission
3D
made by
still
Arkane
frames.
Studios.
That also
That was
tells
a main
me that
mission
the game
line.
was
Side
being
missions are
rushed.
basically fetch
They were
quests.
like,
I had one where I
release
had
it
to
or,
go to the movie
you
theater
know.
again to get a part
Like,
to
I'm
repair
thinking
the
that
popcorn machine
Microsoft
back at base.
fired all those
Similar to
people.
the
It's
light
very
bulb, I just
likely that they
walked
went,
in
that they
and I
went,
grabbed
okay
the
guys,
part I needed,
release your
and
game
then I
as
fast
is.
traveled home.
You know
That
what I
was the
mean?
whole mission. The safe house missions are essentially open world filler. They are
It's gotta
repeated
be.
quests that
It's
you'll
gotta
do
be
on more than
involving
one
that-
occasion
that
because
merger.
safe
Or
houses will
that
ask you
purchase
to
or
do the
whatever.
same thing more than once. One of them, for example, is to destroy an effigy, which is just a tower being guarded by some goons. Because enemy AI in this game is so laughable, it's more fun to kind of play with the enemy before you shoot them. So that's what I do
Yeah,
in these missions, and
that
basically in
sounds-
all missions, to be
okay.
honest. I would totally skip all of these open world missions, except you guessed it, you gotta do it to progress the main quest. At
Yeah,
certain
all the
points throughout
cutscenes
campaign,
are
your
still
progress
images
is
in different
blocked by
frames
the
of
need
the
to
voiceover.
capture
Yeah.
3 regions of the
That's
map,
like,
and then
you
later
block
an
out
additional
cutscenes
6.
like that. You're
We've been
supposed to
making
do
fun of
that.
this
So they
open
probably had
world
blocked out their
style
cutscenes, had all their
progression
stories
gating
ready and
since
stuff like
old
that, and they
school
went,
Far Cry, and
just
then
put
Anthem, and most recently Gotham
the
Knights.
fully
It's almost
textured,
unbelievable
finished
that Arkane would do this, but after a
characters
few
in
hours of
place
Redfall, nothing
of
really
those
shocked me
dummies
anymore.
that you had in there for the
Capturing these
block
regions,
out,
by the way,
and
involves doing
then
one
just take a
regional
screen
side
and make
mission,
it
like
make
one
the
I
camera
described
move,
earlier,
or not even
and then
move,
killing
just
the
sit still.
regional boss.
That's
The
probably what
bosses
they
are
did. They were
high-level
probably rushing
marquee
through development
challenges.
to
They
do
are
as
very hyped up by the voice on
like
the radio.
ridiculously simple
Here
as
is a mission
possible,
to
which
kill
it
a
means
regional
this is
boss
probably
from
to
the
pay
time
off
that I arrived
the
at
purchase of
location
it. We
to
used
the
to say,
time
we were saying at the
the
beginning of
mission
Halo,
ends.
they've just bought Activision, or they just bought, you know, Bethesda. Maybe they're trying to make their money back off that. You know, that's why Halo is, you know, suffering. And Halo's being, like, they're charging so much money in the store because they want Halo to pay off that acquisition. But this is actually, I think, trying to pay off that acquisition. They're trying to make this game make their money back immediately, or at least part of it. Possibly due to the
Just in
Sony
case
and
you think
know
I'm
all that,
cherry-picking this clip,
the
here are
Activision
2 other
lawsuit.
regional
But anyway,
bosses. Enjoy.
yeah. Man, I gotta get going, but this is curator get gold. Oh, that was a boss? Was that actually the boss? Wow. Oh, that guy seems smart. He fell into a hole and then can't get out? Brilliant. Good AI. But that animation was straight from BioShock.
I would now like to talk about enemy design in Redfall. There are effectively only 2 enemy types in
Okay,
Redfall.
okay. Yeah, I gotta go. But that was... Yeah, this game is ridiculous. Makes you feel a lot better about Halo whenever you see all the other games releasing and they're even worse than Halo Infinite was, doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't make you feel better about the gaming industry as a whole, but it makes you feel a little bit better about Halo Infinite at least. Because like other games are coming out even worse. Like whenever Halo and Call of Duty came out, and they were competing with each other, and Call of Duty was even more buggy than Halo, and all that stuff. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on with the gaming industry right now. It doesn't make any sense. Indie games are flawless, or completely bug-free, practically. It seems like. But the AAA games are the ones that are absolute garbage, and I think it's because producers they're making the release too early. They're butting into development, and they're telling them to, like, you know, put this in there, put this in there. Like whenever they're like, oh, we need to have some kind of you know, the microtransaction storefront, you know, and it's like, we need to have that. It's like, that doesn't fit into our game design. Well, it doesn't matter about your game design. We need it so we can make enough money, and that kind of stuff is, I think, what's really messing everything up. And the only way to stop that is for them to decide to stop. Because they're making their money, so they don't care that people don't like it, and we're going to end up continuing to see this, either see this continue, or new tools like AI art tools and stuff like that, and AI. That's the next thing, is going to be AI programming tools. Like whenever your game can program itself, you just put in some inputs. It's going to be a bit crazy. But yeah, Xbox wasn't involved with Redfall, but it's still blamed for its... Are you kidding? Fair or not, Bethesda games now reflect on Xbox. I mean, they're not involved, but they still will be the ones who tell them when to leave, right? Like when to release, right? Okay. Alright, hold on. What is this? I probably can't just, like, read this on stream and plagiarize their entire thing, but actually Xbox wasn't involved with Redfall. I want to know what they're talking about with that in particular. There's been some speculation later. Finger pointing over the release date of Redfall. I noted in my Redfall review that the best compliment I could perhaps give the game is that I don't hate it, which isn't exactly a shining endorsement. Okay, where does it explain why? They purchased ZeniMax a couple years ago, earning itself franchises like Fallout, Doom, and the Elder Scrolls in the process. Microsoft has been eager to maintain a level of independence at the studios it has acquired to help maintain those studios' cultures and expectations. Increasingly, though, I think Microsoft and ZeniMax both need to realize that they are now linked and the actions of one reflects on the other. But should it have been? Okay. I see. So they're trying to... Well, that may be the case. They're trying to, but they still might come in and say, no, you need to release it soon. Right? I mean, they may not be butting in and saying you need to have this, you need to have that. Obviously, this game... Does this game have microtransactions? Because they might have not. They might even have that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know. It sounds like I am totally wrong about that. But that was my gut instinct, and I think that a lot of people probably felt the same way, since a whole article is there to disprove it. But man, that is insane. I don't know what to say about it. So that game company just sucked. Arcane just decided to suck, is what it sounds like now. Okay, great. Great to know. Okay, I don't know what to say. But yeah, okay, well, I gotta get going. I'm gonna keep working on this map off stream with my kids finishing their last week of school, and after the contest, I'm gonna have potentially better time. Not necessarily more time, but better time, so it's more efficient, and it's more like I might be able to stream for longer, even if I just because I'll be able to wake up at different times and stuff. But you know what I mean. And I'll be able to, like, potentially move when I stream and stuff easier. But anyway, however, I have been told by multiple sources that Xbox was entirely hands-off with the project, and that the game doesn't fall under Xbox Game Studios director Matt Booty's responsibilities, because rightly or wrongly, right now, Arcane is not an Xbox Game Studio by internal definition. I see. Huh. But, I mean, still, Microsoft might tell Bethesda, produce something soon, or, well, ZeniMax, produce something. And then ZeniMax might be like, look, Arcane, you're the only one that's close to done, you need to do it because Elder Scrolls has to, succeed, when it comes out, or else, we're sunk. And they might have potentially... In other words, it might not be that they were directly pressuring them, but pressure might have come down from Microsoft into ZeniMax and down into Arcane still. It's still possible that that played a role. But it would be a lot less hands-on than what I was saying before, where they literally come in and tell them to produce now. But like, basically at ZeniMax, they might have had a round table that said, hey, who can come up with something now because we need to produce something within it, we can't just immediately be bought by Microsoft and then go dead with development, because there might be something in their contract that requires them to even do stuff, you know what I mean, to meet a required minimum, you know what I mean? There still is stuff like that, where Microsoft wouldn't even have to come in and say anything, because they know what's in the contract for whenever Microsoft bought them, and they go, okay, well, look, we have to produce something once a year, for example. You know what I mean? Like one thing every year or something. I don't know if they produce anything else this year, but basically, if they do, if something like that is in the contract, then they would be, legally required to do so, and that might be involved. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's no telling. I just think that it probably was something involving, we're trying to not rush something else, so we have to rush this. You know what I mean? But they were probably just dumb. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, yeah. I have to get going. I'll catch you later, Aaron. And if anyone else is around, I'll catch you.